I am getting the feeling that there have been planets that have been pulled out with the logic that I posted yesterday of them having feasible composites. But thinking about that more, when it comes to reformalization, are we to be thinking of a composite percentage which involves people who are alive and people who are deceased who broke their locks as a composite? I'm thinking it's really when it comes to reformalization. Oh, you have a planet with its situation of residents who do not break their locks and their uh, percentage of in favor of or against their current global government and the need to replace its personnel. Once you're in the situation of having people who broke their locks, you start thinking of that composite. If you're around maybe up to 30% who broke their locks of residents. You have a lot of vacancies, quite significant on the planet, but you could keep it to the planet's size. Once you get beyond that in half, you're thinking you need a smaller planet and you need a different configuration with your properties and them being removed. Because the values of the properties will be too low and it will be underpopulated. And you're already dealing with a situation of having to keep people collected when you have this establishment that wants to be antagonistic towards its positives who need to take over and are fighting them with, it'd be a situation that you'd have with formalization, except your composite, if it gets worse, then you end up needing to move to a smaller planet with the positive residents only. Of planets that have been pulled out currently, I would not be thinking put them away or collect them now, because thinking of our current situation of needing raw ingredients for food and then all the way to retail and restaurant establishments, you're going to deal with the same issues if they're working, such as them using layered accounts and not actually for the objective of acquiring the wages from it, salary. If you're considering planets of residents who do not break their locks, uh, we're now thinking nextly ideas of them being in situations where they lost the ability to have themselves actualized automatically with equipment, monitor, doing it periodically, and they have been against opposition who took away their abilities to use equipment out there. These people need to be helped because in our situation it would be more favorable for our situations, which is priority, not first come first served, trying to help residents with composites with deceased people, they themselves having to deal with that or move. And if you have more planets like this out in this situation, what would you have? A more complicated situation. It's going to them when we can later, because the activities for them would be more feasible. If we are to believe that there are planets out there with residents that do not break their locks, they are in various situations requiring even reformalization or not, or they were just planets that were out and lost their abilities to actualize and collect, would be priority for our situations in terms of those out requiring assistance from other planets, being able to communicate and then actually being able to provide. You think already from retail to establishment, not going down a supply chain and needing to provide for yourselves, because what are you doing there? You have a planet situation which wants to replace these personnel, but what are they going through? They're deceased and they have other issues to deal with, such as keeping these people collected. It's planets without residents that break their locks and them reacquiring their abilities as government and with technology in order to help out other residents of planets out right now.